Christian, and you hear Hazel barking. Hazel, up, say hi in the camera. Yeah, good girl. So, we have Hazel's dinner here. Sorry if my eyes go everywhere. We're in the new studio. Hazel is already eating. Let's cut over to that because I want to feed her also a fresh quail egg. This time here, right in front of you guys, that you see what's going on here. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's a close-up of me. Here we go. Hi, guys. Yeah. Okay. Bear with me. We're getting there. Hazel, she is having right now a little bit of rice, vegetables, kipples, and we're gonna add a fresh quail egg to that. Right, Hazel? You want that? Fresh quail egg. Yeah, come here. So, I always say it in the stream, I've never showed it. By the way, my name is Christian and I'm with Undique. I don't have a sign up there, but you see the logo. And we are a quail farm here in New Jersey and a network of quail farms. And so not just a dog treat or cat treat brand. We do a lot of things here on the homestead and as a company. And Hazel, don't eat so fast. Oh boy, she was hungry. I wanted to show you this time as well that Hazel likes to eat our treats even after she had dinner. So let's have a look. If she allows me first to give her a quail egg. Quail eggs, we have them in our store. They are very nutritious. So let's crack one open with this opener. Oh, I'm gonna make a mess here. Huh? Yeah, what is that? Here, honey. So, fresh on the dry kibbles there. Okay, let me just show you guys what Hazel is doing here. I don't have a camera, man, so let me adjust that here. Whoop. So here we go. Hazel is having some food right now, and with the fresh quail egg in there, I think she's gonna enjoy it. And then afterwards, we guys show you what treats we have for cats and dogs. We got fresh water here in the bowl as well for her. And yeah, so let's get started, I would say. I switch over to my main camera. Here you are. And I hope you like the new studio setup. I still have to get used to it. It's gonna be fun, especially this session. But next week, well, I'm gonna have it all in here because I have all these buttons to press. So next week we're gonna be fine. I hope you're gonna enjoy it as well as much as I do. And yeah, so let's get started. Quail eggs, the daily nutrition value for quail eggs in regards to recommendations there from, who does that actually? I don't know, some doctors, I guess. They tell you, how much you should have of vitamin B, vitamin C, all these lovely things, right, Hazel? Yeah. Let's adjust this camera again that we can see me too a little. Yeah. Here we go. Too much of this guy. So, yeah. If anybody wants to volunteer as a cameraman, let me know. Okay, Hazel, here we go. Was it good? Yeah, was it good? You want to sit here? Sit here. Yeah. Okay, you lay down. Okay. So Hazel had her dinner. We're going to get into the dog treats in a second. Second. Oh God, my English today. Huh, Hazel? Maybe you do the talking, Hazel, and I just eat dinner. Maybe that's an idea. No, anyway, let's get started. So, we do make dog treats here on the farm as well, and on the farms in our network. So we are 14 farms right now in 10 different states across the US. I'm Christian, I'm the founder of Undique. Hazel is the chief treat tester, and we're gonna see her in action now in a second. So as you can hear, she has fresh water here. She just had dinner, and she's gonna help me hopefully now to present some of her favorite treats as well. So let's dive into that. Everything you see today here, it's made or laid in the US. We started with the quail eggs. I didn't talk about the nutritional values, but as you can see by Hazel's reaction, it's good for pets, it's good for us. And we share that here on the farm, and you can share that at home as well, right? Yeah, yeah, you like that? But it's just the shell, honey. She likes the shell sometimes too. It's extra calcium, right? By the way, out of shell, we make lovely other products, not just food toppers, but also for your hermit crab at home. So check it out in our store, and I'm gonna show you where to find that. So, here's Hazel's portrait on it, and what we got in there is also the shell of the quail eggs, not the egg itself. We use that for a different product you're gonna see in a minute. But we use the dehydrated meat from the quail. The quail here on the farm have a happy life, and like everybody, one bad day. And then we want to make sure that we make something useful out of their meat. We can't eat it all. So we figured our four-legged friends, like Hazel here, yes, honey, should benefit from that. Hazel, give me paw. Good girl. Here's a treat. And I hope you can hear it well. Why we call them crunch bites. They're really crunchy. Right, Hazel? Let's see if we can do a trick without knocking over the camera. Turn around. Good girl. Sit and paw. Good girl. Yeah, they are nice and crunchy. So for younger dogs, for dogs with good teeth, this is the perfect choice. And if you want to have a picture of Hazel, there you go. Right, Hazel, want to turn around or come up here with me? People want to see you. Yeah, come up here. We only just see your tushy all the time. Come here, up. So, my dog is allowed on the couch because she's a family member. Here she is. And that was an alarm clock. I'm sorry. Yeah, I should be live by now, and I am. Oopsie. Hazel, please don't knock it over. Okay, we're getting there. New setup, all new, Hazel, right? Yes, we're messing things up. I think it's gonna be the funniest episode to watch. Up here. Wanna come up here? Yeah. Okay. Sit here. Good girl. So, Hazel wants to show the crunch effect one more time, I think. Right? Want to show that? Small piece. We can't overfeed you either. Tomorrow we have to do some sport again in the backyard. Go for a little WALK. You know what I mean. I can't say it now, otherwise she gets excited, right? Speaking of excitement, so this is for dogs which still have great teeth. Later on, we see another product we make out of quail for cats and dogs who don't have the best teeth anymore, or if you want to try out a food topper if you have a picky eater at home. Before we get there, I want to show a cat toy. It's also a toy for puppies. Let's see Hazel's reaction on it. I think she won't be overexcited because she's kind of over it. But let's see. We played too much with that, right? So this is the wing on the string. That awakens the tiger in your cat at home, or your puppy if you want to train your puppy to become a bird dog. So it is what it says, wing on the string. We're tying a lovely string around. Hazel gets into hunting position, I guess. The wings, they don't have much meat on them, so we just air dry them. We don't use any chemicals or salt or anything like that to preserve it. The only artificial thing about it is the packaging and maybe the string. And we can play like so with with the dog, with the cat. As you can see, Hazel, she's not a puppy anymore. She's 3 years old and a Labradoodle. And by the way, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat and leave a like or a follow. Then you can see a little pop-up next time we go live again, which is usually Mondays, 7 p.m. Today we are a little early, maybe. So the wing on the string, great cat toy. You can see some videos if you click on the product as well, which shows some cats playing with them, which is pretty awesome. My daughter had that idea to play with her cats, and they love it. So a lovely natural product, and comes to you from our farms straight to your home. Hazel, remember when you ate some of those? Yeah, next day you were pooping feathers. Yeah, that was not that great, right? So we don't do that anymore. But yeah, I was always afraid that some toy, might get stuck, like all these plastic toys and things like this. Yes, I admit she has a big ball we play outdoors with, but it's too big for her to swallow. And so in any smaller toys, the wing on the string, it's a natural product. So if the worst thing happens and she actually eats it, or your dog at home, it's pretty safe. I mean, the quail bones, they don't splitter like chicken bones do. So it's a pretty safe toy to play with. But you can watch the videos with the cats, they love it. Now, we are still on the crunchy treats. So the crunch sticks, let's take a look at them. Once the quail had a happy life on our farm, and we keep them usually just for about a year. The hens, if you hatch quail, you might know you get 50% males, 50% girls if you want to produce eggs like we do. Not all the boys make it, and so we want to make a natural product out of that. So the Quail Crunch sticks, that's actually the spine of a quail. Again, we just air dry it. Hazel's already looking there. Hazel want to try? And yes, here comes the chief treat tester. This time you go up. Up, the people want to see you. Hazel, come up here. Hazel, yeah. Up. Yeah, up. Yeah. Okay, sit. And give paw. Yeah, good girl. Ah, we can't hear you over there. Well, it's a new studio, so bear with us. Hazel, want the other part? But this time you stay here. Up. Maybe I need to make a little space for you. Yeah, yeah. Give paw. Good girl. Stay. Good girl. Good girl. You hear, it's nice and crunchy. When we go to the vet, they told us she has great teeth. We don't brush them all the time. So I think maybe it's a bit from the sticks she gets. Overall, she's quite healthy, right? We do a yearly checkup with her. Up. Just to make sure all vaccinations are up to date, that you can go to the dog park too, right? Or to the dog sitters if we go somewhere without you, which happens, right? So Hazel, come up here. Wanna come up here? You're not used to that yet, right? Come up here. Okay, then not. She actually needs to demo now anyway, another product. So we have hatching eggs, we have fresh eggs, you have seen them early on. When we don't ship out fresh eggs because it's too hot in the summertime, or it's freezing, or it's just not the season, right? And we have extra eggs, then we make something really lovely for your pets at home as well. And Hazel likes it too when we go camping, right? So early on you saw I was feeding her, oops, making a mess here. I was feeding her some a quail egg. I usually give her a fresh quail egg with her dinner or breakfast, right? When we go camping, this is the next best thing, because those things, you know, they're fragile, but we do a great job shipping them. But to preserve the goodness, we freeze dry them. So an entire carton of quail eggs goes into our shaker, and the shaker has 2 openings, right? I use the very generous one right now, this one. No, but joking aside, you have like a bigger opening here, or as you know from your spice rack at home, the little smaller one. And what we do there, we sprinkle it a bit on top of her food. And I have some cool pictures. Let's see if I manage to go over to the pictures, because customers were sending me pictures of their dogs eating our lovely treats. So let's take a look at them. And I might need my mouse. Yeah. And I switch over to the pictures. Here we go. Ah, I made it. There. Oh, there you are. Oh boy. Let me check out the pictures. Where is our lovely, lovely, lovely little friend Tito? I'm looking for Tito. Sorry when I scroll a bit too fast. Has been a while ago I got these pictures. Ah, but here he is. So that's Stacy's dog Tito, and you see he was getting a little bit picky with his food, and yeah, so Stacy bought some food toppers from us. The shaker, what you see displayed below. Oops, that's not Tito. And she got also the pet cotton candy. And the pet cotton candy is very fluffy. Let me show you. Very fluffy. So this is also dehydrated quail meat, but we process it slightly to make kind of a cotton candy style texture out of it. That goes also just on top of your pet's food. There you go, Hazel. A little bit for you. And so you can combine the two, or just, you know, alternate between them. Have in the morning some egg, and in the evening, for example, some pet cotton candy. So a lot of options there, a lot of different treats. And Hazel, when I say treats, what you do, you usually jump, don't you? Okay. Let's see what other treats we have today on the menu. No, I think that's pretty much with the treats today. Since we are on the pictures, why don't we have a little look what what's happening this week. We usually have in the middle a news section. I don't have that many news other than what I reported last week already. We're really busy here on the farm already with some orders for hatching eggs, fresh eggs, pretty popular for all those potlucks out there. I mean, who doesn't want to have these those mini deviled eggs, bringing that to the office party? I mean, that's pretty awesome. I wonder if I have some pictures. Oh, I made some of those. Nah, that was a while ago. Well, speaking of holidays, here's just pictures of sushi with some quail eggs. So yeah, a lot of different options how you can use them, obviously. I even put quail eggs on my spam sandwich. Why not? I mean, yeah, I'm sitting at the source, I have to admit. What I actually did earlier on today, I didn't take pictures, but I have old pictures there. I was cleaning out the incubator. I have a new batch going in, so I usually drag it out. And then I air it down with air pressure. Then I wipe it down. And then one more time with the air, and then it's clean like that. So that's the incubator we use here on the farm. So this one holds 468 quail eggs. Tomorrow I have to stack them up. So collecting a few more eggs now. And how it looks like, this is actually how it looks like when they go from the egg rack into the hatching baskets. So the eggs, usually the first 15 days, they have to be turned. And afterwards, they go into the hatching baskets so little babies can hatch out. I switch over here as well to the actual hatching egg product so you can see what's happening there. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing today. I didn't take any live pictures today. I was coding a bit. I want to show this real quick. So this is what I planned last week when I asked AI, how does it look like when I took some pictures up here. And let me try to switch over to the other screen here. Can I do that without messing everything up? I need some more technology here. Up. Yeah, definitely need more technology here because I have not enough buttons to press. Here we go. So that's the wrong view, but that's okay. That's the right view. So you have seen the picture early on. This is how it turns out. Yeah, I haven't mounted the sign in the back, but I guess I should, since I spotted just right now a little, do you see that there? A little dent on the wall. We get to that, right, Hazel? Come here, baby. Yeah, come here. Why don't you sit and you take care of the computer and I do the talking. Up. Come. You can do that with the mouse pad I showed you. Up. Hazel, don't be so shy. You want more snacks? Okay. Come. I mean, they have not much calories, so I'm not worried that she gets too heavy, right? We don't want to be too heavy. Come up. Yeah. Sit with me. Stay. Yeah. So I think it turned out well. I'm gonna switch back what AI did there last week because for whatever reason AI thought Christian is a female name. It is in for the French people, I guess, or Canadians. And for whatever reason, AI thought also that Hazel is a parrot. And obviously, no, she is not, right? And we can see that here. Hazel is here with me now. Perfect. So that's what the AI said. It turned out okay, I guess. The setup, that lamp, I didn't put it here. I have some studio lamps in here. When I refined the AI prompt, this is what came up. And now we look so nice here, Hazel, right? Okay. Now, what are we gonna do next? Should we show the people how lovely you look like right now? How nice and cozy it is? Why not, right? We're gonna switch over here. We're just gonna relax for a second. Make sure that everybody clicks like or follow, right? And we take a little second to breathe after dinner. Yes, yeah. After dinner we have to rest, right, Hazel? Yeah. And then we see all the lovely treats here. Plenty of eggs left for breakfast tomorrow for me and you. And we're just gonna take it easy for a second. People always talk so much. I always talk so much. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's continue with the birdies. Should we tell our story, how it all happened? So, Hazel is a lucky dog because we got her actually from a Amish farm in Pennsylvania. And that was about 3 years ago. And 5 years ago, I decided I want to have my own eggs, right? Because the story was, I used to have eggs when I lived in Ireland for my chicken, and I figured, okay, why not? And then, well, there's hawks, there's foxes, all that things. I can't really have chicken roaming around in my backyard, and I don't want to have a loud rooster screaming around as well, waking up myself and the neighbors. So my wife said, what about quail? And I was like, yeah, what about quail? And I did a bit of research. I watched some YouTube videos and this and that, right? There is online, you find a ton of resources. And we provide them now as well with every order. You get on our label information on how do I hatch eggs, right? So you need to have an incubator before you order the eggs, by the way. So I did all my research. I knew I have to get an incubator. I got the incubator shipped. I tested it. Okay, cool, that thing is working. Now I order the eggs. So I ordered the eggs. And then we set them on New Year's Eve, and on around 19th of January 2020, I got my first eggs. My first chicks hatching, right? And I had 6 quail, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, out of 6 quail, well, right now, it's not that many. I'm just building up the flock now for the spring season, but out of the 6 quail, 5 years later, I have a business. I have a farm network. We have around 20,000 quail across all the farms. And we shipped this year nearly 100,000 eggs so far. We produce all the lovely dog treats for you guys. And that's what happened with, like a dozen eggs initially. Right, Hazel? Yeah. I think you should be full by now. You should be full. You don't want another egg now. No, you don't. No, you don't. So this is my story, and I stick to it. And yeah, I'm really happy about that Hazel then joined the family. And she was lucky that way because I needed a chief treat tester. And the whole idea about making the treats came with Hazel, right? Yeah, and your little friend as well. Last year we got Jackson. Jackson is a California king snake. He likes sometimes a little egg as well. So yeah, that's how it started. And it started by ordering eggs online, like you can do now. So if you think about what happened earlier this year, right? In some stores, the amount of eggs you could buy limited. The prices were skyrocketing. So if you want to know where your food comes from, that was my main motivation. I wanted to know what I'm eating, what I'm feeding these birds, right? Do I have the little statue? Oh yeah, I have it here. Not in camera view, but that's the size of a bird, right? Compared to Hazel, very small, right, Hazel? Yes. Hazel is the cutest with the babies. The babies, when they hatch, they're about that size, right? And Hazel is like a mother to them. It is not a real one, honey. No, it's not a real one. Yeah, you're smelling? Yeah, I know. It's not a real one. But it's also not a toy for you. They're just there to show, right? Yeah. Anyway, nice sized birds. There's I would say a couple of ounces of meat on them. So, but the main reason why I wanted them initially was the actual eggs. But that's what happened. So, and there's different variations of quail, right? There's the standard size quails, there's the jumbo quails, and then there's all the different colors. So it's a great hobby too. A hobby you can turn into a business. And if you live on the countryside, or if you have some space in your garage, or if you have a shed in your backyard, or if you build an aviary like I did as well, then you can keep them easily there. They are messy eaters, much more messier than Hazel eats. There's not a spot left here on the floor when I look next to her bowls. So she's a clean eater, but the birds, they're very messy. So that's something you need to know before you get into them, right? Also, in case kids are watching, this is not made for kids, but don't order things on Amazon without the permission of your parents, because it's a fresh item like the eggs and they can't be returned. They would spoil eventually. So just saying that. Now let's switch over to our browser view and I show you some different variation of quail. If you have questions, let me know. But I show you the variations and maybe I show you, before I do that, just a few more products we made for quail because we couldn't find them on the market. And I was just talking about messy eaters, and quail are messy eaters, right? So what I have developed is these lovely feeders, and they come in a pack of 2. So you get 2 feeders, and poultry people out there or quail people out there, quail is a game bird, right? Might say, I haven't seen feeders like that. And the reason is, yeah, we launched them just earlier this year, I believe. Because typically the feeders are like red, yellow, or green ones, and they are like long, and they have all these holes, and they're usually designed for chicken. There was nothing designed really for quail out there. All the feeders you normally find is more designed for chicken rather than quail. So I started off the CED program and some lovely programs here on the computer, designed it, made many failure 3D prints to prototype it, but eventually that came out of it, and I tested it. I gave it to other farms to test, and it's awesome because you can fit in each of them 11 ounces of food. I use it with crumbles, but pellets work as well. Mealworms will fit in there too if you decide to use them just to give the birds extra treat. And so with the 2 feeders here, I mount them on my brooder so I can actually feed the birds from outside, right? And I have a picture I can show you there, or if you click on the product, it should show that too. And you can use them for button quail. You can use them for standard quail, jumbo quail. I have right now, how many? 80 chicks in the brooder. I use the Chimuka brand brooders, and they fit nicely in the slot there. I mount them with a zip tie, simple, or some Velcro so I can easily remove it if I want to clean them. But they don't get as dirty because number one, the birds can't get into them, right? I'm just gonna use one for now. So there's no way that the birds can go in. The way I mount it is that there's no gap on the sides, and I've designed it that way for the hatching time cage systems as well. If you use a grow-out cage for your button or for your chicks, there you go. They fit right in front in there. You can fill it from the outside. The birds can access it from the inside. They can't crawl into it. They usually don't stand on it to poop into it, so it's always very clean. That's important, and that's very different from the standard feeders what you see out there. It's a bit DIY. You can also go ahead, if you want to mount it somewhere, or if you just have a normal brooder box, right? You could just lean them against each other, put the zip tie around it so it's holding steady, or you could even tape them if you wanted to. And then they stand nicely in your brooder box as well. You can fill them from the top. You might want to put something on top then that no chick jumps in there. If you put them just like this in the brooder box. Keeps the space underneath for the chicks to run through if they wanted to. And yeah, it's just a clean way to feed your birds. Like I said earlier on, the birds on our farms, they need to have a happy life. We want to raise them well, so that they have always food, always water, and a happy life on our farms. So with that feeders, we enable that as well, and we reduce the food waste. And that's important too, because I said earlier, quail are messy eaters, right? Really messy eaters. Now let's talk about all the different kinds of quails, and I switch over to the browser view. Let's see if I mess it up. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, yes I do. I'm gonna stay on Hazelcam for a second until I fix this right here. And here we go, application, boom, and we go on Google Chrome and we hit the OK button, and it's not coming up. What do you think about our blue, by the way? This is our brand blue. A lovely little background, I would say, right? I like it a lot. I just need to get the right display going here. Ay. And I switch. Here we go. Here we go. Here we are. Sorry. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. It's not always that easy here. Here you are. So, okay. We are on the browser and we're already on QuailX. So that's one option where you can go. But you usually land on the homepage. I'm only going to show that for a second because you see now right there myself. But here we go, hatching QuailX. We have a few farmers of ours up here. Some pictures, I hope you like that. And here are all the different types of hatching eggs we offer. We have a special edition for classroom school projects as well. Comes with a curriculum for the entire class, help for teacher, materials for teachers and all that stuff, and of course the eggs, because we have a lot of customers out there who do this as a project for, in school. So thank you guys for that. And I really love that because it's great when our children learn how is a bird being born, you know, how is life created, and then obviously treat it well. So that's really, really important to me. Now, we want to support that, so I spent hours and hours and hours to work on that training materials, training videos. My daughters were helping a little bit with that, how to move the birds from the incubator to the brooder, how to set up the incubator, how to set up the brooder, all that lovely things. So a lot of love and work went into that. Now, let's have a look. I highlighted the red range birds, and here they are. And I would not always care too much about reviews, honestly, because we get maybe, I actually calculated the other day, less than 1% of customers leave a review in our case. And usually the ones where an egg breaks in shipping are the ones who leave a review and it's not that great. Or if it's completely new beginners and they messed something up on their incubator or had an incubator which was cheaper than the actual eggs. Don't expect too much from those devices. If the hatch doesn't go well, there's nothing we can do here on the farm. What we do, I can tell you what we do. We hatch constantly ourselves. You have seen early on in the video, I just got the incubator ready again. So we have control hatches where we test basically the fertility. And we need to do that anyway for other products we have, or if somebody comes here to the farm and wants to pick up some chicks here on the farm. So I show here now the red range quail. They're really, really beautiful birds. We had a lovely photo shoot on one of our farms in Texas. And this is the result. The birds were not harmed during the photo shoot. Actually, they had a really good time because they got a lot of attention from us. And afterwards, some nice treats. So you can decide, do you want to start off with 12 eggs or more? Keep in mind, people consider a good hatch rate is about 50%. If somebody tells you, oh, the eggs I sell you, 100% they're gonna hatch, that's a lovely mystery and a lovely story tale, fairy tale, right? Not every egg can be guaranteed fertile. Not every egg survives from the air cell in there, right? Those eggs have little air cells. So when shipping is really rough and a lot of rattling, it could break in there. Things could go wrong with your incubator. So on an industry average, people say 50% and up is usually a good hatch rate. I've heard from customers, and we have a hatch report card in every single shipment. So you can report your result to us, and we have a map where we show that. And customers report it to us, and we've seen anything from 95% to 0, right? Right now, we know it from our internal hatches. Fertility rate is great, and that's why we ship them out. If we are not happy with a flock, then you know what we do with them. We need these things a lot as well. So when we are not happy with the performance of a test hatch, then that flock is blocked from being shipped as hatching eggs, and we make that stuff out of it, right? So it's very, very simple. This way we can control the quality. What you see here is the red range, very beautiful birds. Yeah, and that's the cool thing about quail, right? I could go on here like Forrest Gump, talking about shrimp, what what you can make out of shrimp, or what variations of quail there are, right? We listen to our customers, and we have noticed a lot of our customers did combine the black and the white quail in their orders. You can combine things, right? And because we saw that happening quite a lot, we figured let's make it easier for our customers and offer it like that. So we made this special edition where you get eggs where the chicks hatch out to become blackbirds, sometimes with a little white stripe in there. We actually have the all black as well. And then the white birds, or they're called English whites. And they are white birds. They sometimes have a little dot there as well. Genetics is complicated. And yes, the white birds, they actually hatch yellow. And so I just want to mention that because I used to get a customer complain about it. You sold me black and white, but I got black and yellow. Said, wait a couple of weeks. That birdie here will turn lovely white. So, and that's what's happening. But in genetics, a lot can happen. Like with us humans, where things can be different. It's the same with birds. There's always one gene breaking out more than another. You can do a lot with breeding, but you can't completely guarantee everything. I think it's called Mendelein's law or something like that. It's not everything is 100%. We're dealing here with nature, and that's a good thing. And yeah, make your research if you think that you get into quail. They poop a lot, right? So what are you gonna do with the poop? Are you composting it? Do you have enough space for that? Can you put it in your normal trash without getting in trouble? You need proper trash bags, that your lovely trash man is not ripping open the bag and distributes it all over the street. Happened to me once. And all those lovely things. So we have launched now in the fall, and for the spring season some new colorations on the website as well. And here are the autumn, my pronunciation. As you can tell, English is my third language, so bear with me. The autumn sparkly, that's a new variation here we launched on this site. Lovely birds, very sparkly, colorful birds. Also good layers, very good layers. A quail lays on average about 300 eggs a year. Quail need light to be able to lay eggs 14 hours a day. So if you have quail who don't lay eggs right now, then check if they get enough light for the 14 hours they need it. Otherwise they think, oh, it's winter, I take a break. It's similar with chickens, right? Here is a little action shot here, but isn't that coloration beautiful? I mean, I love it. So the autumn sparkly, they are new in store as well. What else we got? We got the ginger. Let's see if I find them here. Bum, 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 bum. Here they are. The gingers are new in store as well. We used to have them in our color mix already previously. Now we got enough of them to sell them separately. So here they are. And on everything we do, we clarify, what quality control we do. We showed it here on the product listing as well. So we are MPIP certified. All the farms who ship hatching eggs are certified. We do testing for bird flu as well. We are a member of the ACBA, the American Coturnix Breeder Association. They have certain guidelines in regards to what is a jumbo bird. Jumbo bird is a bird weighing 10 ounces at the age of 10 weeks, for example. So it's not describing the egg. Typically the egg size is a bit bigger as well, but jumbo really stands here for the resulting bird, not necessarily the eggs. And we have a lovely candidate in here as well, who can prove that you don't always have to have the biggest egg to be the biggest bird, and that's the Georgia Giant. It's a bobwhite variation. And yeah, they are native to, guess where? Georgia, the state of Georgia, yeah. And they are lovely birds as well. They grow a little slower. I see also their food consumption is slower as well. And they lay these tiny white eggs. They don't have the speckles on it. But they're great birds too, and they are popular with hunters to restock their hunting grounds, right? Great birds as well. Now, did I had them in here? I had them in here somewhere. Yes, no, maybe. Ah, okay. Anyway, so many birds. Let's continue. The pearl pansy is right next here. Beautiful bird. I call it a wintertime bird because it's snow white and with a bit gray in there. That reminds me about my home country, Austria. When it started to snow, it was always a bit white and a little gray. So that's how the birds come here in the color variation then as well. Great birds. All our birds, they are used to people, right? Because they are domesticated. And actually, quail got domesticated about 4,000 years ago. And 1,000 years later, at least what we know according to records, we did the same thing with chicken. Anyway, if you ever wondered what came first, the chicken or the egg, it was the quail. Lovely, lovely birds. And next in our lineup are the German chocolate pansies. And if you were guessing what's my mother language, yeah, it's Austrian German. And I had to learn German in school, and I hated it. But that's a different story. It's funny, yeah, I preferred talking English over German. Hey, good thing is I'm living now in the United States, you know what I mean? So, here we go. Lucky me. Even though, if you would ask my English teacher how I was in school with English, I barely passed, but I wish she could watch this right now. I wonder if she does. And give me a grade on that. Anyway, you're learning by doing, and it's the same with quail, right? You learn things by doing. Don't, if I said earlier on, do research. Yeah, do your basic research, but don't over-research stuff either. You need to start doing it. I mean, the first steps are important. Think about it. What are you going to do with the birds if you are on vacation, right? Do you have a neighbor or a friend or family member who can take care of them if you want to keep them year round, right? There's so many online classes as well you can take, right, about learning about the birds. You can always reach out to me if you have questions, of course. And anyway, but look at this color variation. The German chocolate. I mean, where does the chocolate come from? From the lovely brown tones in there with their feathers, right? Great birds. So they are new in the collection here on our website as well. Now, the calico. Joe is one of our farmers in Texas, and he loves the calicos. So here they are. They look similar to the pearl pansy, but I'm not an expert on all this genetic stuff. Thanks God we have farmers in our network who are much better with that, like Joe or Aaron and others. But yeah, it's just the style. I mean, there's the Egyptian or the pharaoh gene, and that blah blah blah, and then you put this other bird with this bird, and then you becomes this, and it's a whole science. It's a whole science. But yeah, the calico is a beautiful bird as well. And yeah, we always have the variation, usually about a dozen of eggs, or then the 20, 32, 40. So yeah. Okay, now anything else we want to see here? Well, the last but not least, the buttons. The buttons have been very popular, and I can show you some cool pictures of it. Hazel, come here, baby. Want another snack? Where did you go, to mommy downstairs? What I pay you for? You have to be here when we say bye bye to the customer later. Guys, let me. Kim, come here. Hazel, come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. Show me which is your favorite bird. She needs a little motivation. Up, up. You come up. Ah, where did you sneak off to? You little sneaker. I think I need one more camera. What do you guys think? You know, I think I should 1, 2, 3, or maybe one from above. I have no idea. Come up here. Up. So, here is my little Tushy. Yeah, wait, Daddy is gonna do trick 17. We make half. Yeah. Tell us, what is your favorite bird? When it looks like this, I guess, right? Yeah, I know. You know, that's the circle of life. You create life, and then eventually happens to all of us, right? That's farm life. I mean, yeah, that's how it is. We need to eat something, right, Hazel? Yeah, okay. Your favorite birds are the buttons? Yeah, my favorite birds are the buttons as well. And yeah. I mean, I like them a lot, but they can fly. Oh boy. Let me show you. Where are button eggs? Here we go. So this is a 5-cent coin. I'm so happy that I used a 5-cent coin. Bonnie from Florida, one of our farmers there in Parker, she suggested use a coin. And so I did that with the 5 cents because now the 1 cent not being made anymore. So sooner or later, people are gonna forget how they look like once they are not really that much in rotation anymore. We'll find out how long that will take, right? So those button quail eggs are very tiny. So if you really look after the eggs, then you might not want to keep the buttons because the eggs are really tiny. But the birds are cute. And I mean, it's a benefit if you own a snake like I do and you want smaller eggs or any other reptile and you need smaller eggs, then the buttons are perfect. And here's some pictures. Here is the bird once it's hatched, very tiny as well. And here we go, compared to the coin again. Tiny little birds, and that's how the adult look like. We got two variations, the king and the other one. God, my memory today. Two variations of buttons, and comes usually as a mix what you get. But then you get a few different colors, so they not all look like this. You're gonna have males, you're gonna have females, and yeah, just lovely birds. The lovely buttons. And the button feeder you already have seen. We do have button egg rails as well. I don't have them here right now, so I'll show them next time. Forgive me. And of course, there is shippers for them too. And bird shippers. I'm a little bit thrown off today, honestly, with what's going on with my new setup. I think I have to do some more work here with my control panel and how I present the products here just on the pillows. I think there is a little bit more work to be done. Hazel constantly escaping. I think she also needs to get used to the new setup. Hazel, come here one more time. Come here. Yeah, come here. I can bribe you. Yeah, I think we both have to get used to the new setup. Come up here. Come. Hazel needs to get used to this couch because she's usually not up in this room. Come here. Up. You need motivation, don't you? Who is this? Is that you? Yeah, is that you? Up. Up. So, I guess we're gonna do some training until next week on Monday, right, Hazel? Is that a deal? Until then, I wish you guys an awesome week ahead. If you want to have some lovely quail eggs for breakfast for the weekend, for example, Thanksgiving is coming up soon. Make some deviled eggs out of them. Then get them soon. Right, Hazel, give me paw. Give me paw. Good girl. Nice and crunchy. Yeah, other than that, there's not much more to say than thanks for watching. Sorry for the messy stream today. I'm gonna do a better job next time, I promise. I'm gonna get this here a little bit under control with all those lovely devices, the camera positions, the lighting. But I think it's a bit of an improvement from our little basement office, right? Even though every once in a while we might go back there if we show something on the computer. I realize here with the laptop, some more stuff to be done. I'm gonna check out the audio stuff as well. My wifey surprised me with a little wireless microphone, so I might test that until next time. Yeah, until next time, guys, I say thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you next week. 7:30 usually, 7:30. Just follow the page, then you get a pop-up on your phone when we are next time online. Until then, yours, Hazel and Christian. Thanks for watching. Good girl. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're done. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Now you can go and play with me. Yeah, let's do that.